experience, and put all that together and opened as Pogo in, I guess, about August of '85. It's named after my dog, Pogo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Pogo was named after the cartoon character Pogo, who you may not be familiar with, but Pogo was a possum character living in the Okefenokee swamp in Florida. And when I got Pogo, she was 3 weeks old, and she kind of looked more like a possum than a dog. So I was always interested in recording too. My parents gave me a little battery-powered tape machine when I was 8 that I would spend hours messing around with and playing and recording stuff and so forth. In 1979, I graduated with a degree in English literature from the U of I with minors in chemistry and theater, which is a sort of wacky degree that pretty much only suits you to be a record producer. Mostly, specializing in diverse musical recording. But when I say diverse, I mean it's just everything all the time. You just sort of never know. It's Brazilian music in the morning, and then it's hip hop in the afternoon, and then it's death metal at night, and then it's opera the next day, and then it's a bluegrass band, and then it's a gypsy band, and then it's a blues band, and then it's a solo singer-songwriter. Just this constant variety of things, and I really enjoy that and appreciate that. And talk about culture. It's great to have all of these people just kind of bring their own musical culture and the culture of their own band, which is really sort of like a little tribe. To bring them in, to get to be part of it and work with them and help them to hopefully get closer to what they're trying to do and give them the tools to go where they want to go. Work with them intensely for a period and then be done, and then move on to something else. Yes, we keep a low profile partly because people need to find the place can, and we don't really want to have a giant sign on the front door that says, tons of expensive equipment inside, come and get it or whatever. So, instead of a sign, we just have the big red door, and people who are looking for us know where to find us. Also, it's an interesting thing that I've had the studio for all this time, and we've always been busy, and I've never advertised. And we've even taken our ad out of the phone book. We just almost never have put up flyers or anything. It's been word of mouth pretty much since 1980, which turns out to be the main way to advertise a studio and to make it go, is just to hopefully do good work and keep people happy. And then so it's the word of mouth more than anything, really. Certainly I should probably get a commission from the local coffee shops, because all the ever-changing cast of characters that I drag in there for lunch and coffee and breaks and that kind of thing. So I think in general, we're part of it. It is a nice little culture down here, sort of a little tiny Greenwich Village with a small number of interesting characters and enough liveliness to keep it interesting and to give people stuff to do when they're not in here recording, which means they're not hanging around driving us crazy. We can send them out and they can do other things. I was talking with my sister about this the other day. She said something that even though I've been doing this for almost 30 years, I never really thought about this, but my mother was a journalist. And I think that what I'm doing here actually is kind of a continuation or related to her work of kind of painting portraits of people who are trying to realize their personalities, through music. But it's partly because the music is an expression of them. It is a kind of true portrait of them, where you're trying to get to the essence of someone. And I always knew that I had got some qualities from my mother, but to think about it in that way, I think it's interesting. It is a kind of, we're kind of portraitists. That's where English literature comes in. It's how do you portray a character? How do you establish their character? How do you show what they're going through? How do you get people to relate to it and care? That's all a big part of literature, and that's really what a song is, right? You're presenting a character or a situation or an atmosphere, an event, and you have to engage people. You have to pull them in, make them care, and and then keep them engaged and take them through the journey and whatever the story of the song is. So I think, you know, that's the kind of thing that an engineering degree would